Morning, afternoon, evening people. I'm Tony, this is Teddy. I'm not over the allotment today, we're in the kitchen and I want to talk to you about seed failures. Look at that, you're going to say, those seeds haven't failed, Tone? They haven't. I want to talk to you about a lot of seeds that I did plant that did. So in this case, I'm talking about onion seeds, different varieties of onions. I'm going to show you a quick clip now when I planted these seeds and a lot more. This was filmed on the 30th of December. Okay, so I'm going to be planting several types of onions today. Got Bedfordshire onions, Lisa Craig, giant leeks, two types of giant leek, white Lisbon, bunching spring onions, and there's some spinach seeds accidentally there. I don't know why. I'm not planting spinach today. First thing I want to do is the leeks. Now there's a reason I'm planting the leeks in a big bunch the way that I'm doing them, which you'll see when it comes to planting time why we're doing this, because there's this neat little trick when it comes to planting these leeks out on the plot. Leek. And these are also leek. So the leek seeds, we are going to plant them, sow them just in one pot. Sprinkle seeds over there. Be generous, but not too generous. A fine layer of compost over the top of that. And then we'll water those in. Next thing we want to do is my white Lisbon bunching spring onions, and these we are going to plant in bunches. Now don't get me wrong, you can plant these individually, but I want to grow them in bunches. So because we're growing them in bunches, I am going to plant them in modules. So just get your compost down into their modules, not too tightly packed, but not too loose either. Now today is the 30th of December. Traditional onion planting day here in England is December the 26th, Boxing Day. I'm a few days late, however I was busy. Now you've got advantages to planting onions, sowing onions in December and starting them off indoors. First of all, by the time March comes around, we plant these out, we hope we have nice strong seedlings. And secondly, if these seeds do fail and they don't germinate in a week or so's time, still got time to plant more. Again, fine layer of compost over the top of those seeds. Water those in. Now I've got a couple of propagators. We are going to be doing these seeds on a south face of windowsill in propagators like this. So next thing I'm going to move on to now is the onions, and these we will be labelling because we're planting a couple of varieties. With these onions, I'm going to be using a slightly different method. You can plant them in modules. What you find is if you plant them in modules and the seedling starts to get quite big and strong, you've got to pot them on. It's a little bit of extra work. So to try and avoid that, what I'm going to do is plant directly in these small pots where they'll stay until we plant them out. It saves on having to pot them on out of modules, which I sometimes think sets them back a little bit too because you're disturbing the root ball. So we're going to go ahead, fill our pots. You can see we've planted quite a lot of onions. So I've got quite a bit of space put aside for onions. So the first one I'm going to do is Bedfordshire. Basically, we're going to put 1 or 2 seeds in each pot. So that's all my Bedfordshire. And mark it I know that all of these are Bedfordshire, and a little sprinkling of compost on the top. Water them in. And pop those into our propagator. So these onions here are called Stagata Risen strong cooking onions. Also suitable for long-term storage. Again, a couple of seeds per pot, and then we can prick them out. With a lot of them look like strong plants, we can pot them on. Again, another little sprinkling of compost. Label done. Good watering in. If you haven't got one of these are a godsend. They'll just keep one on the windowsill by the seedlings, just to water them. Now our last variety is Elisa Craig. It says onion seeds on for germination. I'm going to put those on a south facing windowsill now, keep them moist, water them, don't let them dry out, and I'll bring you back in a few days time. We'll have a look how the germination's going on. Now, of all those seeds I planted, these are the leeks. The leeks grew really quick, they flew. These are the spring onions. The majority of those went off. But of all the other seeds I planted, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6. I then went ahead, when I realised a lot of seeds hadn't germinated, and bought some seeds online. In this case, off Amazon. The reason I got off Amazon was because I got Prime, I want the seeds fast, so I got next day delivery on them. So where I'm going to go into now, something I've heard about seed suppliers. Now generally, I use a supplier called Premier Seeds Direct. Always really good seeds, never had no problem. But in this case, like I say, I got them off Amazon because I wanted them faster. Now, I'm not saying any seeds off Amazon are bad. I've got a lot of good seeds off Amazon also. I was watching a video by somebody called Charles Dowling. He's got a market garden called Homemakers. He's a no-dig advocate. I will link him in the description, check his channel out. If you do watch gardening videos, you've probably heard of him. And he was speaking about seeds, not particularly onion seeds, but he did mention onion seeds in this video. And he was saying that he believes that some seeds you're buying from suppliers are not as young as it says on the packet. That they're a bit unscrupulous and they're selling you old seed. In this case, I do believe that's what happened, because I planted a load more seeds. Again, they all failed. I then attempted to multi-sow, about 100 seeds in there, the same way as doing my leeks. And this was on the 16th, this is 2 weeks ago, and you can see literally 2 seeds are germinated. So what I'm saying here is be careful where you buy seeds from. Go to a reputable supplier. So this year, now, I will plant these. I'm planting onion sets now this year. I'll be up the allotment doing that tomorrow. I'm also going to try and save seeds from the onion sets, because onions are biannual. It means it takes them 2 years to complete their life cycle, and technically if you're planting sets, they're going into their 2nd year. So I'm going to plant a bunch of them, let them go to seed, try and get my own seed for next year. We'll see how that goes. So we're down the allotment tomorrow, get those onion sets planted. If you want to see that, hit subscribe. Plenty more gardening videos in the gardening and growing veg library here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.